Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dan the Glass Man here, and I just wanted to share with you guys this video here real quick. I just saw it. It was uploaded, I believe, within the last like 24 hours. Let me see. It's from KOB4 News. That's our local news. 23 hours ago, so almost 24 hours ago, they uploaded this. Apparently, AG Paul, AG, I don't know what that stands for. Attorney General Paul Torres files a lawsuit against companies' use of forever chemicals. So there's a lot of different chemical companies who are now being named in this lawsuit. I believe they were saying some of those companies are like the 3M and DuPont as well. Yeah. So 3M and DuPont is part of this this here. So I'm just gonna let it play for you so you can hear what's going on.
Today, the battle against so-called forever chemicals entered the courtroom. New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres filed a lawsuit targeting nearly 24 companies for knowingly contaminating our state's natural resources. So Griffin Rushton joins us to explain, why these chemicals are so dangerous, Griffin.
Yeah, well, as the nickname would suggest, forever chemicals are pretty hard to get rid of. The official...
Before they get started, I just want to reiterate the reason why my wife and I are always endorsing, promoting, using in our daily lives Norwex products, because the Norwex products has helped us to basically eliminate all of these forever chemicals that are in our own home. There's a lot of individuals who are pointing fingers at these big, larger companies and corporations, but we really have to take personal accountability into what we're doing in our own homes and the forever chemicals that we're using, all of the toxic chemical cleaners, all the different things, all the products that we're using in our home. So we really need to take in a personal accountability and consideration for these things. Look into products like Norwex. I'm not saying you have to purchase just Norwex, but it's the one company that I have found that you can clean everything with just water and not using any of these forever chemicals. So I go with that. It's an amazing product. All right.
The name of these forever chemicals are polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS. They're man-made chemicals that repel both oil and water, and they're pretty heat resistant. Now, because of those properties, PFAS can be found in hundreds and hundreds of everyday products. I mean, we're talking everything from like non-stick pans and fast food packaging to cosmetics, paint, and even firefighting foams. But here is the catch. These synthetic chemicals, they do not break down in nature naturally.
Hold on one thing. So also, the firefighting chemicals, the foams, as you saw, that was like on the top of the list there. Let me just go back just slightly. But as you can see, the firefighting foams, those are like on top of the list. And I don't know if this was like for from the worst to the, the least worst. But yeah, firefighting foams are a huge problem because of what's going on with the leakage happening in the waters and all of our natural the streams, rivers. These military bases are usually close by a water source, so they can have water, and they're polluting tons of our water. They're not even mentioning Kirtland Air Force Base and the I don't know how many 40,000 tons or gallons of jet fuel spilled and still has not been cleaned up since I believe the 40s, and they found out in the 70s, and still to this day they're still talking about who should clean it up and why. All right, let's get on with it.
Is the catch. These synthetic chemicals, they do not break down in nature naturally. They often end up in the environment, as this complicated diagram is demonstrating right here. And according to AG Torres' new lawsuit, those chemicals are putting the health of thousands of New Mexicans in jeopardy.
It literally is surrounding us almost on a daily basis.
New Mexico Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres says there's no escaping so-called forever chemicals at this point.
A recent report by the CDC found that virtually every single American, indeed I think most human beings on this planet, have PFAS in their bloodstream.
And those kept.
Okay, so they said there's no way of getting away from it at this point, right? So I know a lot of people are like, well, then what's the point on even trying to stop using it and whatever, we're all inundated. But, you know, it's probably better to stop adding more and more issues into the bucket already than it would be best to just stop using these forever chemicals, and that way we can move forward with the more better, cleaner, environmentally friendly, environmentally eco-friendly and earth conscious way. So let's just become more conscious minded about how we live and move forward. Even though this is something we can't get away from, we can at least lessen the impact instead of continue to just pile on more trash and more trash without ever taking it out.
Chemicals are linked to a laundry list of medical issues in almost every part of the body.
It affects the nervous system, the cardiovascular system, the endocrine system, the respiratory system.
They've also been linked to several types of cancer, and humans aren't the only ones affected. Dairy farmers in Clovis had to euthanize more than 3,000 cows after they drank water contaminated with PFAS chemicals that came from nearby Cannon Air Force Base.
The cost to the owners of that dairy currently is estimated at about $5 billion.
Torres says lawsuits targeting
Dang.
groundwater
$5 billion.
contamination caused by operations at Cannon and Holloman Air Force bases are still ongoing. His new lawsuit is going after the companies making the chemicals.
Given the fact that these companies have known for decades exactly how dangerous these chemicals are, it is simply inexcusable for them to continue to place profits over people.
3M and DuPont are among the 21 companies listed in the lawsuit, which demands they pay for PFAS cleanup efforts across the state and any damages New Mexicans have suffered.
Whether you live, work, or play in New Mexico, the point is that they're taking bold action today and will continue to do that to hold communities accountable.
Now, while a lot of everything you just heard about PFAS contamination might sound scary, it's important to know that change is coming. The federal government is preparing a national drinking water standard that will require local water authorities to track these PFAS levels in drinking water supplies and then alert the public when those levels start to change. That is expected to be finalized
That's really awesome.
later this year.
To think that's not.
Later this year, it'll be finalized that they're going to be doing a drinking water standard across the board nationwide. So that's a huge thing, guys, is a drinking water standard and being able to see the PFAS. Now, what they're talking about is that they're going to come up with a new filtration solution, and you'll be able to also have it in home as well. So these are companies that if you want to make money and invest in the stock market, these would be really, really wise investments. I'm not a financial advisor, and I am broke as a joke. I don't have any stocks, but I'm just letting you know what I see is what I see, and yeah, that would make a lot of sense to invest in these companies here. Also, they're talking about the filtration systems, and they're going to be selling us on that. The water is going to be a lot more expensive, and filtration systems for nationwide and big scale operations it'll cost more, and in home will cost more.
already in place with knowing how disastrous they can be. I mean, they're called forever chemicals. So is there any kind of way to break them down? We know it doesn't happen naturally.
Well, some researchers actually right here in Albuquerque believe so. Scientists at Sandia National Labs are developing a special type of filter to remove up to 99% of PFAS chemicals dissolved in water. They believe it can work in both large-scale operations, but also in household settings. The research team was recently awarded $100,000 to continue their work. Now, meanwhile, researchers at Northwestern University recently discovered that they can destroy at least 2 types of PFAS chemicals using a low heat technique, but it is worth noting that there are more than 12,000 known PFAS compounds.
Well, at least there's some movement toward finding these solutions. And like you said, right here in New Mexico, of course. Griffin, thanks.
All right, you guys. So there you have it.
Battle against
Attorney General Raul Torres from New Mexico files a lawsuit against these forever chemical companies. And by the end of the year, it looks like we're going to have a national drinking water standard. So this is something that's good. And we'll be following this and seeing what happens. But like I said, they're going to be creating these new filtration systems. And of course, that's gonna cost us more money, and also getting filtration in the home. They'll be pushing this. They'll be saying that the water is completely contaminated. Already, they're saying that the rainwater is contaminated and not to drink the rainwater as well. So we're gonna be sold on a lot of filtration devices for even just agricultural, for like cattle industry and for food. All right, that's it. I'm going to let y'all go. Thanks for watching. Just wanted to bring this information to you because as a water protector, gifting out water drops, as a glass artist, gifting out these water drops to water protectors from all over the world and thanking them for their dedication to protecting water. If you're a water protector, please let me know in the comments below if you went to Standing Rock, if you were at any of the actions, the pipelines and protests, things like that. And I would love to honor you with the drop of water. All right. And those of you who want to support the cause to help me continue to afford to gift these out, these are $10 or 3 for $20 always. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Love and blessings. Water is life. Every drop counts.